Welcome back to Getting Some Head, baby. I'm Michael fucking Rainey here with my friend Ben Staab. Ben, how are you, buddy?
Doing great.
Good, man. We're just talking about roommates, and you're big on roommate activities.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. I had I used to live with when I moved to Philly. I was living with Peggy O'Leary, and probably one of my favorite roommate memories was. And I guess I don't think she actually got the role, but she was auditioning for some cartoon with like Delco people or whatever. And I was living with her, Chance, and George, who are both comics as well. And then we all like went through the script reading together, like just at the table together. Like everybody picked a character, but she was obviously the one that she was auditioning for. But probably one of the most heartwarming roommate activities you can possibly go through.
No, that's your rules, man.
Yeah.
And all right, now we have to implement more of that, Jamie. All right.
Positive roommate things.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys don't read scripts together?
No, we haven't. Yeah, we definitely should. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the last like roomie thing we've done together. I don't know.
You guys play board games?
We bang a lot. Yeah, that's about it.
Nice.
Yeah, we got to figure out some fun.
You haven't played Mancala in a while or anything?
No.
Play some board games.
I know.
Board games died out. I don't understand. Like people just don't like that stuff anymore.
Personally, I get very bored with board games.
Do you actually?
I check out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I like Trivial Pursuit.
Nice.
I like that.
That's the one I have in my apartment. See, with my apartment, I just moved to a new place. I haven't bought internet because I'm kind of protesting against it because I want people to come over and have fun.
Okay.
But no, like literally, if you just don't have internet, people are not interested in being there.
Wow.
And it's like you wouldn't even be using my internet if you were here. You'd be on. You still have your data from your phone.
Yeah.
You don't need. They just want it to be there.
Would you consider lying to them and tell me you do have like really high speed internet?
Yeah, but I just don't have. I still have a DVD player. But I don't know. It's fun. Like just like not using the internet at home is kind of nice. You know,
I think so too. On a DVD note, we got all our shit packed up. We're moving tomorrow, but going through boxes of old stuff, I found a ton of DVDs I used to have, and that made me want to get a DVD player again because I used to love watching and listening to the commentaries. And there was a great one on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre commentary that I would love to watch again.
Yeah, and you don't have the player.
No, I don't.
Player hater.
I don't remember. Yeah,
You got to get the player. You need it.
I do.
It is nice. It's nice to sit down and put a DVD in because I don't pay attention to, like, if it's just whatever show that's like constantly playing on like whatever Fire Stick or whatever. You just don't really pay any mind to it or actually not really taking it in. But if you only have a couple of DVDs, you like sit down and focus on them.
Oh, it's so nice, man.
It's nice.
What are some of your comfort DVDs?
Right now I'm working through. My mom gave me, I think when I started comedy, she gave me like a box set of like old Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Oh, that's very sweet.
And but I didn't have a DVD player, so I'm like, cool, I'll never use this in my life. But now that I got one, I've been going through those. That's very comforting. That's a fun show to just like sit down and watch.
Best, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I think in person he was kind of a monster, but
that's what they say.
The show itself, it was magical, and not only just because it was just beautifully produced, but for what it would do for comics. Like if you got the wave over from Johnny, it was like you were set.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful moment to watch. Yeah.
You ever fantasize that you're getting the wave over from Johnny Carson?
Fantasize? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I wish I started comedy in the 80s.
Yeah.
I think life would be, it's just so much better back then. When you actually had to try and shit.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't be being interviewed right now.
Well,
you know what I mean?
You're very interesting to me.
Thank you.
What are some of your other fantasies?
Fantasies? Oh. Well, now that you ask. Well, what kind of fantasy? It braided it a little bit.
All right, so one very odd one that I had for the longest time, and I don't know that it was rooted in reality, but in my mind, I was convinced it was happening. So there was a work stoppage in the National Hockey League about 20 years ago. And I don't know if this was something I read or something I made up in my head, that they were going to award the Stanley Cup that year to a men's league because of the work stoppage. So I developed the fantasy that I was playing in this men's ice hockey league and my team would win the Stanley Cup, and I would do all kinds of crazy shit, including coming back after being injured, where everybody thought I was definitely going to be out for the rest of the series. But I come back to really light the game on fire, and I end up winning the Stanley Cup.
That's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So something like that.
Oh, I mean, it's really, what I hate about Philly Podcast Network is I'm really not fit for it. But one fantasy, I wish I could be good at singing and be in a musical. I think that would be pretty fun.
You'd be terrific at that.
Wouldn't it? I know, but I just don't have the ability.
Did you ever try it in like high school or anything?
I auditioned for the musical in 7th grade, and in the year previously, my older brother, had been the starring role of Seussical the Musical. He was Horton, the elephant, and he crushed it, and everybody was like, you got to audition for the musical. You know what I mean? You can do it. And I'm like, all right. And then I got in front of the whole class and instantly started crying as hard as I could. Just outright sobbing. And then they all like took me. They're like, Ben, you can have a seat. You can have a seat. And I'm like, okay. And then everybody did their auditions. And then the music teacher was like, you still have to sing. And I'm like, I refuse. And she was like, we could just do it like privately. And then so she just had me come by like the piano with her and then sing what the song I wanted to audition for, which was Broad Ripples Burning by Margot and the Nuclear So-and-Sos. It's nothing anyone's ever heard. It was just some weird.
Do you remember it?
No.
I believe that you remember it, Ben.
No, I actually forget. I've blocked the memories. I don't do tricks for people anymore. Ever since Drew got me to dance on his fucking dumb podcast, I'm done.
Well, dude, on that note, I asked people on the Patreon what questions they had for you, and at least once someone asked, how did you learn how to get so sturdy?
How to get started? That was from teaching 3rd grade in Philadelphia.
You crushed it, dude.
I
thought it was AI when I saw it.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I got sturdy. It's kind of hard, and I think if you're not really doing it often, I don't know. I probably could get sturdy, like kind of like how like a mom can lift a car off her child. But after I'll be
like if a little black child was being crushed.
Yes, I could do it. But no, that one was because I had just started like substituting, and like my first day they were like, you're doing 3rd grade. And like I just ended up doing it the whole year, and so I kind of locked in as a teacher. But they literally, that was when sturdy was at its like peak, getting sturdy. Yeah. It was so cool. I loved when they got sturdy. I was like, damn, go crazy. And then I'm like, you got to teach me how to do this. So they kind of taught me. I honest to God went home and watched like there's like some black guy on YouTube that does like anybody can dance. And he teaches how to get started. He hit me with the move that you do the shoe.
That was cool.
You go down and you show off your shoes. Yeah, that's how I learned that. But I know I go out, I be dancing.
No.
I really do. I got into that from when I moved to Philly. I started going to like house music things with George.
That's cool. Well,
Shout out George.
George is very cool.
Very funny.
Are you a dancer otherwise, or is it just one and done with getting sturdy?
No, getting sturdy is a party trick. You know what I mean? Getting sturdy is not like expressing who I am as a person. No, I don't know. I do actually like I don't know. I do like hangout events that are not just like we're all sitting and like on our phone watching a game or whatever. You know what I mean? Like going out and do something that you're like, because I think I don't know. I am like borderline internet generation where like you don't really grow up doing like that many fun things. You know what I mean? That's why you kind of have to go out of your way to find like niche microcultures. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's like house music is one of those things. Like everybody is just out having fun. Honestly, not as much fun as me. I think I have the most fun out there.
You have a whimsy about you that I think most people don't have, and that's something that I think is contagious.
You think so? I appreciate that. I think it kind of gets beat out of you a little bit by certain folk. You know what I mean? Yeah,
you got to find your tribe. Otherwise, I could picture that light dimming.
Yeah,
quickly.
I think there's even like whimsy cross hating because I kind of hate whimsical guys that you see.
What kind of whimsy do you hate?
Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't like if someone has a scarf. I'm like, you're not supposed to be doing that right now. You know what's wrong, or like the little frame glasses.
Damn.
Or I don't know. There's certain shit. It really do be other people. It's bad, but I don't know. Because the thing is, like, I have like urges. Like, of course, like in high school, I wanted really badly to wear a beret and shit like that. You like the stuff, but you can't do it. There's some stuff you just can't do.
Making the leap. There was a time. I think it was 2014. I was at a store, and Mumford & Sons was pretty big at the time.
Yeah,
and I saw a vest. And I thought about it. And I really feel like my life would have taken a really different path had I bought that vest
really
to become a vest
turn.
guy. Yeah.
Yes.
A fat vest guy in 2014. That would have not ended up well for me.
No. I used to be really into Mumford & Sons. That was a good time of life, the folk revival.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
Are they still at it?
I think they're still at it, yeah. I got a mandolin during that time, but I never learned how to do it. That is one thing about me. I get a lot of hobbies that I'm like really hardcore into.
Was it from teaching at a black school?
The mandolin?
Yeah, they got into Mumford & Sons.
Okay, yeah. They got me into the hurdy-gurdy and getting started to the hurdy-gurdy.
Mumford and Abandoned Sons. All right.
Easy.
All right, I will. But Ben, you mentioned when you came here, and this really caught me by surprise. But again, I thought it was very cool, and it speaks to your whimsical nature.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting a hot air balloon license.
Getting the license.
Okay.
Yeah. No, this has been a journey since, I guess, what it happened. Kind of. I mean, they used to be like my screensaver, and like when I was like a kid and had my computer, balloon screensaver. But in like February, I went to the Air and Space Museum, and they had like a little balloon section, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing on the ground? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, this sucks down here. Like being I don't know, just walking. It's just painful walking. I don't know, but so I don't know. I just I was like looking into like how to get into it. I also saw a video of some guy that was like on a hopper balloon. Are you familiar with the balloon industry?
Well, I'm familiar enough to know that there was a tragedy in Brazil recently.
Rip. I don't know. Rest in peace. It's always in South America. That's just a hearsay, man. That's they're just trying to get you out of the balloon, man. They're trying to keep you on the ground. You don't want to
big ground.
Yeah, literally like 6 people said that to me. But no, I saw this video. It's like a hopper balloon, and it's like a hopper balloon has no basket, so it's just like you're strapped to, like, it'd be like a backpack that you're straight up strapped to the balloon.
I think that's much cooler.
So cool. It's the coolest thing. And the guy was like, yeah, I built this for $2,000. And I was like, I have $2,000. I could build a balloon. So I'm looking into like how to build the balloon. And then there's not much info. There's like some guy in Connecticut that's like, if you have a ballooning license, you can come to my place. I'll teach you how to build a hot air balloon. I was like, cool. How do I get a license? And then that's kind of hard. A little bit hard. You kind of have to have a lot, like not a lot of money. I think you could probably do it for like 3,000. I have 2,000. I don't have 3,000. 3,000. Then you have to build the balloon afterwards, like a whole thing. But I looked into it, so you can like start crewing. So like you help pilots get the balloon in the air and get it landing to the ground, and then you get like hands-on experience through there. So I've done that 3 times now, and now I just signed up for like an online ground school thing to get your like permit. Basically, it's like a floater's permit.
Whoa.
Yeah. Once you got that, then you only need 10 hours to get licensed. I think I'll be licensed by the end of the summer.
I believe.
I don't think it's that hard.
Yeah.
But goddamn, it's the most fun thing in the world.
Is there any concern that guy's going to murder you?
The pilot,
the guy who invited you out to his place.
Oh, the Connecticut guy.
Yeah.
Haven't hit him up yet. I wanted to get the license before, because I'm sure a lot of people call him without the license. You know what I mean? So I want to be like serious about my ball before I call him. But all the pilot people they're all like cool people. They're all just like, I'm in contacts with 2 right now. One's name is Scott, and he's cool. The other guy's Barry. He's like a super patriot guy. It's very funny. Yeah, it's funny because Scott was telling me, he was like, I'm not gonna be able to fly a lot this year because Trump's in office, and whenever Trump goes to his country club in Jersey, it restricts the flight radius for 50 miles, and if I flew my balloon, F-16 would stop me and revoke my license and all this stuff. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And then I was talking to Barry, and Barry's like, yeah, I'm excited. I haven't been able to fly the past 4 years because of Biden. Like, what are you people? But it is funny. It is a very specific problem that you can't complain about anymore. You know what I mean? Because like probably, I don't know, whenever like at a slower news cycle, you could be like, President, stopping these ballooners from getting in the air. But if you try to raise issue right now, they'd be like, we're at war and they're killing Mexicans or whatever. I don't know. It's not the time.
Heavens, man.
But yeah, that is my goal. I want to get that done. I think you'd be, because I don't have a kid or anything, but I am an uncle. I think that's the coolest uncle move. Have a fucking hot air balloon. Oh my God,
yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what you want. I think an uncle, all right, at the top of the food chain is a hot air balloon guy. I had an uncle who was into constructing these elaborate train sets, which I think is probably middle of the road.
Yeah.
So not as cool as hot air balloon guy, but still pretty cool.
I like that. That always worries me. I try not to get into them.
How come?
Because it's like, that's like a little bit of like a very specific red flag of like autism if you get into it. That one's just like, that is on, I think it's in the DSM-5 as a symptom. Because usually it's like you could be interested in something, but if you're interested in trades, it's like, you know.
Yeah. Dude, I think the deciding factor, and even this, like, it might have even taken my breath away. But he asked if I wanted to come down and see the trains, and I was like, yeah, definitely. So he took me down he lived with my grandmother. He took me down to my grandmother's basement, and he flicked on the light, and there was this beautiful train set, which was, I don't know, maybe like fucking 10 by 15. It was huge. And you had to go under it and into the middle of it to manipulate things on top. And I think that's the deciding factor on when it really takes on a new form of autism, is if you have to emerge from the middle of it.
Yeah. And you're surrounded in your little tiny world that you're the god of. Nobody can be mean to me here. I fuck with that. No, I do kind of. I've always had it in the back of my head, like when I have kids, I'll probably like be like, they like the trains. You know what I mean? They want this. You know what I mean? But because they are really cool, like just the mini world. I try to get into it for a little bit as a hobby, but it is a difficult hobby of building like mini like dioramas of stuff like that. It is hard to do though. Yeah, that one takes like a lot of money, a lot of time investment. Yeah, so
there's one. I found these little snow globes that somebody had made for me and sent to me, and they're very neat. They clearly take a lot of time and effort, and the little scenes that they create are murder scenes. Like one is like a guy burying somebody.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff would interest me. If I were to get into that, I think that kind of that kind of intent is very
it's
cool.
Fun little there's this one company, I forget the name of it, but it's like a German company. Once I get into trains one day, inevitably they have like this it's like a company that makes the minifigures, but it's all like really fun stuff. Like there might be like a murder, or there'll be like a girl posing nude that you put in the window that you wouldn't know, like you wouldn't like see it if you're looking, but if you're like really intricately seeing everything, it'd be like, oh, like they have like funny, I like a little funny scene.
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it would be nice to have like just a little, like if your table was a whole city. That is fun.
God, yeah. Like a little schoolhouse where kids are teaching a teacher how to get sturdy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. People need everybody needs to hobby up.
What did you teach the kids?
And like what, as the
like when they taught you how to get sturdy, what was the trade-off?
What was the trade-off? Because how to read. No, I tried my best to do like the whole like the actual teacher thing, but that was like the hardest thing I've ever done, really. Yeah, because you just go. I had no experience, and then you're just like, I had like 23 kids all of a sudden, and then like no classroom management skills or even knowing how to organize and all this stuff. So I mean, I guess mostly it was a learning experience for me, which is a sad thing at the end of the day, because it is kids that are supposed to learn.
No, but I mean, at the same time, I don't think a lot of people are volunteering to go into these difficult environments, and it says a lot about you that you were willing to take it on and just figure it out as you went.
Yeah. I don't know. Because like some people have like the like I want to make a difference thing. I guess for me, I think it was just kind of like I think I could do this, so I tried, but I quit. I finished the year, but I'd stopped doing it.
Oh, that's admirable, though.
Yeah, it's not something especially if you're pursuing comedy. Yeah, I think if you're a teacher, it has to really be your whole life teaching. Yeah. You know what I mean? Otherwise, like, because it's like I'd be like burnt out at school. Like kids are just being awful. Tired, get home, fall asleep for 2 hours, wake up, go to like the mics or a show or something, then you're out late, and then you wake up, now you're tired for school. Like you can't really do teaching and comedy.
Yeah. Did the kids know that you did comedy?
They figured it like in later schools. They found me online.
Oh no.
And it's an awful thing. Yeah. It's really an awful thing.
It really feels like they found out your charges.
Yeah. I know. You should go door to door and tell people that you do open mic comedy. But no, yeah, because one girl when I was teaching, like when I was like actual teacher, looked me up and like found my stuff online, and I was like, you can get in trouble for looking up teachers. You're not allowed to look up teachers.
I taught you how to get sturdy.
Yeah, like that's against the rules and all this stuff. And she was a really goody two shoes, so she got like real worried, and then I guess no one found out. I don't know. That was a little fucked up. But I didn't want her telling people. That sucks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, you had to lay down the law, man.
And then like the next school year, I was like, didn't go by Mr. Staab. I went by Mr. S, just because I want them to know my name. You know what I mean? They like these kids knew my name, so they could look me up. And so I was Mr. S for the longest time, and then they needed a computer science teacher, so I was filling in as that, and they put me in like one of the power school things. They put my fucking whole name in it, man. So then the kids saw it, and then like some 4th grade kid looked me up, and then all the 4th graders knew, and then they were like, you have a podcast and all this stuff.
My
and then
God.
like, but to a 4th grader, they actually think you're famous and stuff. So like whenever you're like, hey, can you not like stop talking about this, like they're like, oh my God, like you know, like that's what famous people do. Yeah, it really pissed me off. I left that school.
Disgrace.
I hate it. It's not cool. You know, teachers aren't supposed to have dreams.
I know. Although one thing I really enjoyed, the only time I really enjoyed like any students like knowing I did anything like that when I worked at a public school in behavior management was one kid who was a very cool kid. One day he found out and he didn't tell anybody, but he was just like he would like make little insinuations about doing comedy. And eventually I knew that he knew. And then one day he asked if he could follow me on Twitter.
Nice.
Which I thought was a very cool way of handling that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, one of the assistant principals was like meeting with me, and then he swore, and I was like, whoa. And then he's like, no, you swear too. And I was like, nah, I don't. He was like, no, I've seen your videos. And I was like, what? And then he's like, we looked you up online. I'm like, you shouldn't
Disgusting,
do that. That is actually disgusting.
Yeah.
And to like drop it casually, like we've done a lot of research on you, like you should be worried kind of stuff. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. That upset me. And he ended up like wanting me, like that's why he wanted me to do the computer science class. He wanted me to like teach kids like content creation and all this shit and like how to edit videos. Shut up. You know what I mean? Like, bro, kids should not have a podcast. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Did you ever see people that you worked with out to shows?
What, have them come out to shows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if I like a coworker, I'll invite them out. Because I also don't like really try to be public about it at work as well. Because it also is a sign of a bad employee. You know what I mean? Because like if you're a substitute teacher, they're kind of like, oh, this guy has like no motivation in life. I don't know what's up. You know what I mean? But then if you're like also trying to be a comedian and all this stuff, it's just like it's a whole. But no, I'll invite some of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I become friends with a couple. I become friends with like just like older ladies at work usually. I think. I
feel like they're probably most well equipped to handle that. Younger ones, I think, have a tougher time with it. I remember inviting people. I worked at a summer camp, and the coworkers that I worked with were very cool. And then they found out toward the end of summer camp that I was doing Philly's Funniest at Helium. They're like, "Oh, that'll be so fun. We'll come out to see you." And I bombed pretty hard.
Really?
And
first round, second round?
First round. Ooh. And I just, as soon as I got done, I knew I ate shit hard. I went out to the bar and I just hung out there. And I saw everybody leaving, and I saw this group of people that I worked with during the summer. And I saw them looking at me, and then they just left without saying anything.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I truly wish I would have shot myself on stage instead of endured this indignity.
That really is a nightmare on earth.
Dude.
Yeah.
And it was hard. I worked hard all summer, man. I did a great job.
What, with comedy or with work?
No, with work. So it's like you saw that I was a good employee. We were good coworkers. And
right. Come out and see me.
Say hello.
Yeah. No, that's rough. That's like really the reason I don't even really try to make friends at work because of that nightmare situation. Yeah. I've had I brought my whole family out for like the third time I did comedy because I didn't know about like open mics at the time, so I signed up for Clash of the Comics in the Funny Bone in Virginia Beach.
Okay.
And signed up. That was like a month out, and then in the meantime, I found out about like this mic that they did like poetry and comedy and music at, but like I was like, oh, you can do comedy there. Mm-hmm. So I did comedy twice before that. And it's like a poetry mic, like so all the poets like don't want to watch anybody have bad feelings. Mm-hmm. And so they're supportive as hell. Aww. But if you just started comedy and it's your first time doing it and you go, because you think you're the funniest person in the world when you sign up, and then like you go up and you crush, you're like, I'm meant for this. You know what I mean? So I invited my whole family out for the Clash of the Comics, and then that was like a real comedy club with like, there was like 200 people in the audience and like just ate shit so hard for like 5 minutes. Like, I don't know. And that was like, that's like why really most of my family doesn't really believe in me. Truly. Because they haven't seen me since.
Have they at least called you back?
No. Yeah, my mom won't talk to me anymore. I keep poking her on Facebook. She's not poking me back.
Oh, fuck that. I'm going to poke her now, too. Is that where you grew up?
Virginia Beach?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was born in Virginia Beach. I grew up there for up until in fourth grade. We moved to Western Pennsylvania to my grandparents' like old farm. And then I lived there for like 4 or 5 years. And then we moved back to Virginia Beach. And then I did like high school, college. Then I moved to Philly.
How did it affect you moving around so much?
I don't know if it was, I don't know. I soul searched on that a while. I think in a good way overall. I don't know. I don't know. That's a weird one for me. Mm-hmm. That's actually a weird question for me because I don't know if it was good or bad. I think it's overall good. But I don't know, because moving was really sad. Like I had like friends and stuff and whatever, and then all of a sudden I'm on like a farm. There's like no, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was like no neighbors or
Yeah.
anything like that or anything. So then they're just like, but I do value those years because it was a lot of like just playing outside that I think a lot of kids my age don't get to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was like cornfields to run through, and then we had like hay bales that we used to like jump on and stuff like that, or
that's
just
fun.
like just general like tomfoolery.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was fun.
Is that where you developed your whimsy?
On the farm? I think so,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, because I lived with my grandma. My grandma's super whimsical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was just like she's alive, but I said was. She was back then, but she is too.
Yeah, life hardened her.
Yeah. No, she was just like a super fun, like happy-go-lucky lady. She would like put like food dye in her hair because she had like white hair, and like then she'd like have colored hair and stuff like that.
Nice.
And like she's just a goofball, just a general. And yeah, she like always kind of little tiny figures and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly do think my grandma influenced me probably. Also like having mostly like older women in your life. Like I didn't live with my dad at the time, so it's just my mom and just my grandma. And my grandpa lived with us on and off. Sometimes he lived in his restaurant. He had a restaurant, so sometimes
that's
he would
cool.
sleep there. Yeah, it was weird.
What kind of restaurant was it?
It was called Fat Chaps.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was it
Wings?
was. No, it was like they sold like a burger this big.
Oh, nice.
And it was like right by the truck stops. All the truckers would come in.
Mhm.
It was just like a classic American shop. That's where they worked like after the farm was retired,
Mhm.
and they started a restaurant.
Yeah.
And so that was cool. I hated my grandpa though.
How come?
He's just a dick. He's just, I don't know. I mean, obviously rest in peace. But at the time he was really mean to me. Like, cause I was in 4th grade. He was like an old, I don't know. Imagine like an old farmer hanging out with me. It'd hate my guts. You know what I mean?
Man.
So he was just like a big old guy and would just like, he'd yell at you about like the way you're eating, or like if you didn't like a certain food or you're picky, he'd be like making
sucks.
fun of you, like how you eat or like whatever. I became a vegetarian to like spite him at the time. And then, I was like in 5th grade, I became a vegetarian. Then my brother became one, and then like he became a vegan, and that made me a vegan. Then my mom started getting into it. She became a vegan. Like everybody at some point was like doing some weird like hippie thing. And my dad, like when then we would go back and visit my dad, and he'd be like, "What the fuck happened?" And I kind of started all that, and it was really out of spite. It's just because my grandpa yelled at me one day, and I was like, "I'm gonna ruin your life,"
Oh, man.
because he hated all the vegetarian stuff. But yeah, after he died, I started eating eggs and going back. Like it was literally out of spite.
You really spited a man who would make gigantic burgers like that.
Yeah.
Would you sit there and eat like gigantic beats in front of him?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it would just be stuff like we bonded one time because I don't even know it. Whatever.
Tell me.
This is literally the only time like me and my grandpa like really bonded, just because like I don't know. You had to eat everything. You had to finish all your food.
Okay.
And like my grandma made biscuits one time and burnt all the biscuits. So like they took the bottoms off, and then like everybody ate the top of the biscuit. The bottoms are just like black charred discs. And then me and him just both sat and ate those together. The
That's nice.
fucking charred shit, just because you can't put food to waste or whatever. And that was the time that I think he was like, I like this kid.
Now, did you
Good
actually
kid.
enjoy burnt biscuits, or did you just want to bond?
Yeah, I
with
really
them?
was a weirdo. Like I actually like shit like that.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
that bad either.
That's what I'm saying. Burnt
Yeah.
food is good,
Mhm.
and it's good for you.
Yeah.
No calories. Yeah. That's good eating disorder lore for you.
Damn, burnt biscuits and vegetables, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. My grandpa, we just always kind of beefed. I guess, yeah, whatever.
Mhm.
We beefed. But
Relative to this, have you ever been happy when somebody has died?
in my close personal life, I haven't really been affected by death much. There hasn't been a lot of death around me. No, there's some people I root for. But no, I haven't.
Yeah.
No, there hasn't been like a good death for me, no.
All right.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah. There was a guy who bullied me once, and he really embarrassed me in front of a bunch of my classmates. He was murdered pretty horrifically.
Yeah, really?
And I was sitting at the kitchen table eating dinner, and my parents had the news on, and I heard his name, and they showed where it was, and I was like, oh my God, that's him.
Yeah.
And I did feel good in that moment.
I do got one.
Yeah.
Speaking of murder, I was dating this one girl, and she had told me, like, I hate when a girl tells me about like an ex, like in detail, like tell me about an ex, like whatever story affected you personally, whatever. But she was like, yeah, like I used to like fuck this rapper, and the name was like P&B Rock. He's like a Philly rapper and all that
Yeah.
shit. And I'm like, why would you tell someone you love that you fucked a rapper? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's tough,
crazy
man.
because I
Yeah.
got to listen to their music and it's about like fucking bitches and now it's like your specific bitch, and you know what I mean? It just sucks. You're like, what? But no, he got murdered.
Yeah.
I'm like, that makes you feel better, I guess. Yeah, he got like murdered hard in California. Like somebody like came and stole his chain and murdered him, which is sad, honestly. But because truly nothing is wrong with the guy.
No,
he's a rapper. Rappers
yeah.
fuck girls. Like that's what they do. But yeah, it makes rap suck. I hated rap for a while until I stopped dating that girl. I like literally hated rap. Because rap like is really all about bullying like one person, and then you just kind of feel like all the songs are about you. Yeah. But yeah, that guy. I mean, whatever. Rest his soul. What are we doing? Why am I speaking ill of the dead?
I'm telling you, man. It's all the hot air balloon talk. We're really just. It got away from us. Man.
Yeah, it got away from us.
Ben,
but yeah, that was a good death.
And honestly, I was very relieved by both of my parents' deaths. Relieved, just because they were both so fucked physically and mentally.
Yeah,
that death really was merciful for them.
They needed a lot of taking care of.
Yeah,
and all that.
Yeah.
What were they on, like hospital beds or?
Yeah, and my dad was a little more mobile than my mom, but still, it's like he couldn't go to the bathroom by himself. Both were wearing pull-ups. Really a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
And,
you ever read The Metamorphosis by Kafka?
I'm aware of it, but I haven't.
You haven't read it? I read that, and I kind of feel like it's about that kind of feeling towards a family member, about like they're kind of like in a condition that they need to be taken care of, and they're not like really who they are. Because it basically is like this family's son wakes up and he's a cockroach, like he's like a giant cockroach, and he can't speak or anything like that. And so the family still loves him, so they're like, taking care of him and feeding him and stuff. But it's like very, very difficult for everybody. You have to keep it a secret. I don't know. I've always felt like that was like a book about like, because that's a hard feeling to describe.
It really is.
You know what I mean? Because you love the person. And
yeah, it is. And there was it really, I feel like I kind of optimized the best level of involvement that I could have with my family. And then, when their health really declined, I took on a role that I really became resentful of, just because it required me being around other family members that I deeply resent.
It made you be around family members that you resented?
Yeah, so
taking care of them?
Being around to like specifically take care of my dad, it forced me to be around my sister more and to interact with her more. And it's just, if I never speak to my sister again, I'm 100% cool with that.
Really?
It's bad, man.
No way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Why?
I'll tell you
Too
when we're
much
done
to get
here.
into?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's I live a very peaceful, easygoing existence, and this was a monkey wrench into that. Mm-hmm. And not my parents getting sick, but just the level of communication that I needed to be involved with.
Yeah, that always makes me sad. But I do understand a lot of people went through different experiences with their siblings. But I also kind of am of the belief that you're like put on earth with certain people for some type of reason. I don't know. I feel like if they're in your family, you're supposed to communicate with them. But then people will tell you like why they're not talking. You're like, okay, I understand.
Yeah. Like for me, like, and I'm with you on that, dude. And there's I can count the number of people that I feel like I should 100% avoid for the rest of my life on one hand. This is one of those situations, and I feel like, yeah, everybody's there for a reason. Like my reason that I ended up settling on is to develop patience.
Yeah.
Patience and self-respect, and in focusing on that, it helped me to approach the situation better.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. Do you believe in stuff like that? Like people are put in your life to give you a lesson?
Yeah, I think I think everybody is like right now. It's like you're a projection. You're a projection of my mind. My wife is a projection of my mind. This experience is a projection, and we're having a shared experience.
Yeah,
like different versions of the same projection right now. And I think that everybody in every situation is an opportunity to I guess push yourself forward. Sounds kind of selfish, but in a sense, either learn the kind of lesson that will benefit you somehow, or that you could apply to benefit somebody else. Because I think as much as you need to move yourself forward, I think you need to supply that to other people as well.
Gotcha.
How about you?
How about me? Wait, with what specifically?
Like, how do you view all of this?
What, like what the purpose of life is?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I do kind of I kind of tend towards in a way, I kind of believe in reincarnation. Like I am a Christian, and I kind of feel like that's what you're supposed to be. But part of me secretly believes in reincarnation a little bit, or that certain people or souls from the past that you've had like conflicts with, you come back in a different way. You have to like learn to grow together, I think, probably. I don't know. I believe some of that stuff, but I don't know. I don't know exactly. I don't know. Yeah, I used to be like super into like all the spiritual, like what the purpose of like life is and stuff like that, and it ruins your like hanging out. You know what I mean? It makes you not fun to be with. But like there was like a phase where I was like really into like the fact that I don't know, if you do enough like if you're like learning math enough, you'll start to be like, oh, everything can be predicted by an equation, which means that there is an equation that guides everything that happens all the time. Like Earth, we know exactly where it's going to be because there's an equation where saying where Earth is going to go. So there has to be like some big masterful equation that we're all a part of. So there is no choice in anything, and everything that's happened to you is meant to happen to you. And like you're supposed to just be like on a ride watching all these lessons and shit go on. It's just like not fun to hang out with.
Yeah. I can definitely see that too. But you know, I'm a magic man. I like to believe there's a little bit of magic out there.
I believe in the magic. I for sure believe in the magic. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I just don't know what the purpose of it all is though.
Yeah. I think as I get older, I just want to progress as though I want to be kind to people, and by and large, people are very kind to me. And yeah, that's been one of my biggest challenges because I had a tendency, and I still do have a tendency to freak out over shit, and I'm really trying to meter that. So I feel like I'm given a lot of opportunities to focus on that.
You have a tendency to freak out?
Yeah. Oh, I just froke out like 2 hours before you got here.
Really?
Completely justified, I think. Jamie, was I justified? All right. My family's leaving for Texas tomorrow, and my daughter told us that she doesn't have a real ID.
Oh, so that's what you freaked out about?
Yeah. But it was minimal, and it was just like...
It'd be like, you can walk.
Figured out. Yeah, it was essentially that. But what I really have had to focus on over the years is not getting personal in the midst of a freak out. Like that was clearly just about an ID. It was figured out, and it's over with.
Yeah.
Whereas... historically, I have had major issues with not leaving it at just the issue and making it personal and going scorched earth on whoever I'm arguing with.
Yeah. I feel like you're a person that's completely conquered the monkey brain.
Oh, brother.
You know?
I chimp out.
Do you chimp out?
I feel like when I chimp out hard. It's not often.
Yeah.
However, it's taken a long time to get to a point where I feel like, all right, I'm in control no matter what happens, and I don't have to go scorched earth on anybody who I feel slighted by.
Really? That's good.
Yeah. It took me a while though.
Yeah, it has to. I think that's just like literally like being a physical being. You know what I mean? Because you are, I don't know, a lot of people are just like kind of mentally programmed towards anger and freaking out about stuff, or like you're playing a game, you want to break the controller. Yeah. But I don't know. I think that's probably one of the, one of the points you're put on earth is you're like trapped in a body and have to figure out how to act right and like righteously in it. You know what I mean?
Dude, I just, yeah.
Because you remind me of like a wise orangutan.
Oh, thank you. You're going to make me emotional, Ben.
That's how I see it.
Thank you. Jamie, do you agree with Ben?
Because they have the capacity to freak out, but they don't.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel the same way. It's like, there are many occasions where I could feel justified in the moment of freaking out, but I know it's not going to benefit anybody. It's not going to solve the problem, and it's going to hurt whoever is in my radius.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I hate freaking out. I try not to. I do get really like one thing about me that I've noticed, I've become aware of is I will really fixate on hating like one person. You know what I mean? And it's always someone like directly in my life. Okay. And like I'll just be away from them and I'll just be like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like really thinking about like what their motivations are and like the attitudes they have and like why certain things are annoying and stuff. And I'll just like, I don't know. I'll just like slowly start to fucking hate this person and then I'll freak one day. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's a product of being like a nice person. Because you kind of let people push you over, and then when they're away, you're like, why did he do that to me? You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm very sensitive, and I always have been, and it's taken me a while to try to figure out the best way to function while being super sensitive. And in regards to like hating people, like there is, if there are people that I have genuine hatred toward, and I know it's not great for you, but it's so hard not to like fixate on that. Yeah.
I like when I hate someone that's not in my personal circle. Like it's just an outsider and I can hate them, and then I'm all my personal relationships are just like A-okay. You know what I mean? Peachy keen.
Yeah.
But as soon as, like, sometimes it'll just, like, I'll get bored of hating this person, then be like, what the fuck is wrong with, so, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into specifics, but.
Yeah. Yeah, there's somebody right now that's kind of, I don't know. I don't know that I hate them, but I'm still angry at them for a few different reasons, and I don't interact with them anymore, but at the same time, it's been hard for me to, like, let that anger go. And I guess it'll come with time, but yeah, I think about it more often than I should.
Yeah. I think it's good to hate one person, though, because I think that lets you not put that energy towards other people.
I think that's good, too. And you got to clean the pipes sometimes.
Yeah. Like, with, like, stand-up and stuff, like, everybody acts like it's attention-seeking, but I think it is kind of the opposite, because I think if I didn't do that, then I would be more attention-seeking in everyday life, whereas now I kind of am reserved and don't really try to talk to, like, you know what I mean? I talk to people on the street, but at work I'm, like, really reserved, and, like, I'm not, like, trying to express myself in the world. I'm, like, more of an observer in the world, and I can do whatever. It's like an outlet. You know what I mean? That's why I think, like, you should hate one specific person. Yeah. I think it's good. You can funnel it all. And like,
dude, I think that's the perfect analogy, man. Because I can't really think of many other people that I'm either really angry at or that I hate. I think I only might hate one person, but I'm just long-term angry at a couple.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm good with that. Can you remember the first argument that you had?
Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird one. I don't know. It's one that my brother apologized to me for, so I guess I feel a little bit mean bringing it up. But he also used to, like, whenever we were growing up, because you're like, what, 16 or whatever, you kind of have anger issues or whatever. No, he must have been like, he had just started, like, working his first job. It was an argument that made no sense, though. I don't even know. It's hard to get it. I don't know. It was just, like, literally we were, like, playing, and he was like, all right, jump over the stick. And, like, he would, like, swung a stick at me, and then he, like, hit me, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then he's like, jump over it. I'm like, okay. So he's like, hitting, and then he swings it, and I, like, don't jump over it. And then he's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, he's, like, getting mad at me for, like, not following his, like, task that he created for no reason, and also, like, couldn't fulfill or whatever. I don't know, but I remember we, like, argued crazy over that.
A stick will do it to you, man.
I don't know. First argument that makes sense, though, that I really, I don't know. That's a hard one. I don't know. I feel bad bringing up stuff, I guess, because I love all the people in my life, and I don't really have, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
sorry to freak out.
No, that's a healthy way to live.
Yeah, I kind of spiraled, and we're gonna move on.
Ben, this is a question I like to ask everybody because I'm interested in people's attitudes, financial behaviors. So I want to ask you, what is the best financial advice you've gotten and the worst financial advice you've gotten?
Best financial advice I've gotten, worst financial advice I've gotten. I'm a believer in the Dave Ramsey plan. Do you do that?
I'm aware of him, but I don't know what it is.
You don't know the plan?
No.
It's basically like trying to live your life where you don't have any debt or whatever. So I try to do that. I don't know. My personal, like, what I like to do with financially is, like, my work mails me checks, and then I'm very ADD, so I will, like, forget to cash them, or, like, I'll be like, I'll get to that later and stuff like that. So then I'm living kind of below my means all the time because I don't have a lot of money, and then one day I'll find a lot of checks, and then I'll be like, okay, fucking finally. That's, like, I think that's my best financial, probably best and worst financial advice.
Just hide money from yourself.
Hide money from yourself. Yeah. Yeah. It's really so beautiful, because one day you'll put on a jacket, you'll be like, I got a wad. You know what I mean? Because it is good and bad advice, honestly. Yeah. Because you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't hide money from yourself. But it's awesome when you find something from the past. Yeah. I don't know. And it does make you live below your means. Like, I really feel destitute, but I know there's, like, 6 checks in my apartment somewhere. But yeah, like, Jamie's like, what you been up to? I've been like, I've been finding trash on the street and decorating my apartment with it. She's like, cool. And I'm like, yeah. It's nice to, I don't know. You got to give yourself challenges.
And what do you think is the worst financial advice you've ever gotten?
Damn. Worst financial advice that I've gotten and followed. I don't know. I really truly believe I'm good with finances. I'm pretty good with it. But I'm trying to think of something that was bad. I did pretty good. My family's very anti-spending money. Like, we're very like, miserly and always trying to get, like, a deal on stuff like that. So I really kind of have, like, almost an unhealthy attitude towards spending money. So I'm pretty much good with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, yeah. I don't know. Went to college for free. Like, that was, so, like, never wasted money at college. That was, like, just from, like, staying home and, like, scholarship and then financial aid. You know what I mean? So, like, I've always just made decisions where you're doing a lot of extra work, but just to not spend anything.
It's very smart.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I haven't really been led astray so far. I haven't done anything bad. I actually did get bad advice once because during COVID, I was like 20 and my girlfriend at the time told me to apply for unemployment because the open mic I was running paid me in a W-2, it was fraud. I was doing fraud, but I did do it, and they accepted me. And they were giving me $600 a month for like a while, and then I called to even be like more of a dick. Or I'm like, oh, I should be getting back pay because I filed late and all this stuff. And then they're like, you weren't supposed to get any money. So then that was like a whole big thing. They had they wanted all the money back. That was probably the worst financial advice that I took. Was committing fraud.
Yeah, I'm supposed to have more checks around my apartment. Is there anything you can do about that?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Finally, Ben, before we head over to Patreon, what is something that you're grateful for right now?
Something I'm grateful for, like just a general, not even a funny answer.
No,
I really feel grateful for. It's such a basic answer, I guess, because I am family. It's like a Thanksgiving table answer, but I'm grateful for my family because I really am, because like they're all just like. I feel bad because I've like moved away from everybody. They all still live together in Virginia Beach, and I'm like here doing this. So sometimes I feel really like guilty over like leaving. And stuff like that, but I just have such a good relationship with everybody, just like from over the phone. Like I call my oldest brother every day. I don't know. Your family is nice because like everybody in the world that you're like especially in comedy, like you can have friends, but everybody's like still secretly competitive with you, and like just fucking sucks. You know what I mean? Because you just kind of know that it's like it is literally a dog eat dog world, and everybody's just kind of frauding you along a little bit deep down, but like your family like genuinely roots for you. You know what I mean? It's like I call my brother all the time and he's like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and then like, I don't know, everybody in my life is like really supportive and I don't know. I just kind of realized that like with talking to you, like you hate your sister and just other people, everybody has like a problem with like someone in their family. And I'm like, damn, I really am blessed. Cause like I really love everybody in the Staab clan. I like the Staab clan. It's honestly a little fucked up. Cause like, I really am like the O'Doyles from yeah I kind of feel like them. You know what I mean? That's nice. I like Staab's rule, everybody else drools, man. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
No, you are blessed, brother.
Yeah, I really am blessed.
Ben, what do you want to promote before we go?
Ayo Actually, kinda. I guess we haven't been really posting consistently, but we're trying our best. But Ayo Actually, Me Naeem podcast is fun. Or I post my shows at Wastabi on Instagram. You can find that there. Come to my shows. I need to promote stand-up more. I'm better at stand-up than podcasting.
You're so goddamn funny, man. No, you're so funny at both, man. And people should just watch or listen to you any chance they get.
Thank you. But yeah, that's all I got to plug.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. How about you?
I appreciate people listening to this show. If you're watching this on Patreon, thank you for being a patron and supporting the show. If you're not, consider becoming a patron of Getting Some Head. You can do that by going to patreon.com/gettingsomehead. New episodes every week. On top of that, too, if you sign up for the Big Boss Head Getter tier, you're going to get all the After Dark episodes and all the live episodes we do. After Dark, our friend Ben Staab is going to stick around and get a little nasty with us when we're done the Patreon episode.
I have nasty stuff to say.
I believe it, brother.
I've been pretty focused on the opposite sex lately and have controversial opinions.
I can't wait to hear it, man. So join the Big Boss Head Getter tier to hear Ben's controversial opinions on the opposite sex. And aside from that, too, I don't know where it is. Jamie, do I have a coloring book over there? Up on top of the printer. My friend Cooper O'Hearn and I, we just put out a new coloring book based upon my book On Perks. It's full of illustrations based upon the book. It's a ton of fun. It's a great way to pass time while you're losing custody of your children. Get this by going to onperks.com. And aside from that, just thank you for supporting everything I do. Jamie, the kids, and I, we're about to move to Texas, and I just want to thank everybody for supporting me and allowing me to do this shit, because I really am grateful for my life. And you know, things are drastically different now than they were 5 years ago or so, and I'm just very thankful that all of you guys listen and support and allow me to do the shit I do. But we'll be back with part 2 of Ben Staab's interview over at patreon.com/gettingsomehead, and we'll see you there. Later, guys.
Bye.